This is part one of a 5-part series called The 5 Conversations Retail Managers Avoid and What It Costs Them. Every episode is going to name a conversation you already know you need to have, and every episode is going to show you exactly what avoiding it is costing your floor right now. This is one conversation most managers are the most afraid to have, the respect conversation, and I'm going to tell you about a manager named Deshaun who almost lost everything because he would not have it. Now, Deshaun was one of the most capable managers I ever watched operate on a floor. He knew his numbers, he knew the product, he could run a shift in his sleep and make it look effortless. But there was one team member on his floor, a senior associate who had been there longer than Deshaun, who remembered when Deshaun was just another team member clocking in and clocking out like everyone else. And that team member had decided quietly but loudly that Deshaun's promotion did not change anything about how she was going to operate. She rolled her eyes during team huddles. She answered directives with a sigh loud enough for everyone to hear. She went around Deshaun on small decisions, not dramatically, not in a way where it was easy to document, just enough to make sure everyone on the floor knew exactly where she stood on the matter of Deshaun's authority. And Deshaun saw every single bit of it. But he did not address it, not because he did not know what was happening, not because he did not care, not because he thought it was going to solve itself. Because every time he got close to having that conversation, he told himself the same thing. I do not want to make it bigger than it is. I do not want the floor to feel the tension. I do not want her to go to HR and make this into something I cannot come back from. So he redirected, he reconstructed her schedule to minimize the contact. He killed her with kindness, hoping she would eventually come around. And while Deshaun was managing around her, his floor was watching. His newest team members were watching to see if the standard applied to everyone else or just them. His high performers were watching to see if effort and attitude were actually connected to anything on this floor. His newest team members were watching to see if the standard applied to everyone or just to them. His high performers were watching to see if effort and attitude were actually connected to anything on this floor. His most loyal team members were watching the person who had decided that the rules did not apply to her operate without consequences every single shift. And what they were learning was not about her. It was about Deshaun. They were learning that the line moved, that the right amount of seniority or the right amount of attitude was enough to put you above accountability on this floor. And 6 months later, Deshaun had a disengaged team, a culture he did not recognize, and a floor that was running him instead of the other way around. All because of one conversation he would not have. Over the 10 years in retail, I have been Deshaun. I have had a team member who tested me publicly, who made sure everyone on the floor saw exactly how much weight my words actually carried, who pushed me just enough to see where the line was and lived 3 inches past it every single day. And I avoided it too, for longer than I wanted to admit. Not because I did not know what needed to happen, because I have not yet understood something fundamental about what leadership identity actually means when someone decides to test it in front of an audience. Here's the truth about respect conversations that nobody tells promoted managers. Addressing it is not about the team member who is testing you. It's about every single person on the floor who is watching you not address it. Because your team is not waiting to see what you say to the person pushing back. They are waiting to see who you become in that moment. And here is what I need you to understand about identity and behavior on a retail floor. Your team does not follow your title. Follow the version of you that shows up when someone tests it. Every day you manage around the person who does not respect your leadership, you are not keeping the peace. You are publishing a policy that says the standard on this floor is negotiable. The attitude has a ceiling above accountability, that seniority is a pass, that the right amount of pushback will move the line every single time. And your team internalizes that policy whether you intended to publish it or not. The respect conversation is not a confrontation. It is a declaration. It is you standing in your identity as the leader in that room and making it clear. Not loudly, not aggressive, not in a way that turns into a performance for the floor. Directly, specifically, without over-explaining, without apologizing for the standard at the end of the sentence. This is what I expect. This is what I observe. This is what changes starting now. Full stop, no softening, no cushion, no checking in after to make sure they are still okay with you. Just leadership. Because here is what happens the moment you have the conversation and hold it without shrinking. Your floor shifts, not just with you, the person you addressed it with everyone who watched you address it. Your newest team members understand that the standard is real. Your high performers understand the effort and attitude are connected to something on this floor. Your most loyal team members understand that the leader they have been hoping you would become just showed up, and the person who was testing you. They either recalibrate or they reveal something important about whether they belong on your floor at all. Either way, you win, but only if you have the conversation. If you have a Deshaun moment happening on your floor right now, if there is someone testing your authority in front of your team and you have been managing around it, hoping that it resolves itself, I need you to hear this. It will not resolve itself. Every day you wait, it compounds. Every shift it goes unaddressed, it becomes more expensive. Every team member who watches it happen and sees no response learns something about your floor that will take months to undo. The conversation has to happen. And the discipline leader system was built to make sure you know exactly how to have it, not how to survive it, how to lead it. From the first word to the close, without shrinking, without over-explaining, without needing them to be okay with it when it's over. This is part 1 of 5. Next episode, I'm going to show you the conversation that most managers are having wrong, even when they think they are having it right. But right now, grab the Discipline Leader System, link in my bio, and drop the word Deshaun in the comments if you have someone on your floor right now that this video just described, because the comment section is about to show you exactly how many managers are managing around the same conversation right now. Follow, this is the work.